dear child. Your understanding, while valuable and helpful for navigating life, remains incomplete. It's filtered through your personal experiences, current knowledge, and limited viewpoint. My perspective encompasses everything, past, present, and future. I perceive connections between all things and moments that remain hidden from your current position. When you build your existence solely on what you currently want and what you can presently see, you might unintentionally move away from the fuller, more expansive path I've carefully prepared for you. This isn't about control, but genuine care for your well-being. Recognizing these limitations isn't weakness, but wisdom. Opening yourself to guidance that extends beyond your immediate horizon represents profound self-respect. This guidance comes from boundless care for you, not judgment or restriction. I'm not asking you to surrender your choices or independence. Rather, I'm suggesting that aligning your decisions with deeper wisdom leads to your authentic fulfillment. This isn't about diminishing your voice or identity, but enhancing your journey through connection with something greater than yourself. A presence that constantly supports your genuine growth and truest expression. Take a slow breath and notice that I am here. My nearness is steady, as close as the air touching your skin, holding you with quiet regard that never slips away. In this hush, let that certainty settle in. You are not alone. Let the ordinary sights around you remind you of this closeness. Wherever you look, even inside your own thoughts, I remain present. My calm is always within reach. Take another breath and sense the gentle rhythm of your chest. It echoes the steady pace of my care. Each heartbeat is a quiet signal that you live inside my unbroken attention. Allow that awareness to soften any tight place within you. Your path has been long, and you now pause at a meaningful turn. I have seen every step, those taken with clear purpose, and those made while tired. This stopping place did not appear by chance. It marks both how far you have come and the fresh direction opening ahead. Honor this quiet victory. Let it remind you that steady effort matters, that even uncertain movement counts. I recognize what you have done, and I celebrate the courage that kept you going when the ground was dim. This marker deserves a moment of genuine reflection. Let gratitude rise for the lessons sown into every mile, and let expectation grow for new insight waiting just ahead. I have observed a sturdy resolve deep within you. You carried weights silently, yet still found reserves you did not expect. When pressures gathered, others might have withdrawn, but you stood, guided by a small spark of hope that refused to die. This ability to stay upright when life pressed hard is part of your core. Value it. It has carried you this far and will support the steps still to come. Never dismiss the solid power seated inside you. That inner force was not given for rare emergencies only. It is available each day, ready to help you meet routine challenges with the same quiet dignity. When you honor it, you strengthen it, much like thanking a faithful companion who keeps vigil through the night. Hard seasons and confusing days were not wasted. Though they hurt, I can shape even shattered pieces into future good. What once seemed nothing but ash can feed unexpected life. I did not design your suffering, yet I stand ready to help change its outcome. Where pain threatened to brand you, you discovered an ability to rise, to start again with clearer sight and a softer heart. That is genuine growth, moving through trouble toward fresh understanding. Every difficult scene contains threads of learning and empathy that can later strengthen you and those you touch. When you look back with gentleness, you will notice these hidden strands, and gratitude can quietly replace regret. My guidance has never left you, even when isolation felt thick. I speak through quiet thoughts, through timely kindness, through an idea that arrives at the exact hour, and through the steady presence of the world itself. Each twist in the road held an open invitation to notice these signs. The harder stretches were not blame, they were lessons that shaped you for what is emerging now. No step, even a detour, was wasted. All of them draw together into a single unfolding path toward your most honest expression. Guidance never forces, it nudges, preserving your freedom. Each time you sensed an impulse toward patience or honesty, that was my quiet voice. Look ahead with confidence. The way in front of you carries good promise suited to your true nature. I will not reveal every detail beforehand, but trust that each segment fits your deepest well-being and purpose. There is a lasting kind of beauty waiting, one that nourishes rather than distracts. Walk toward it with openness and courage. Progress will unfold in stages, like daylight moving steadily across the sky. You may not perceive the shift each morning, yet over time the landscape will look new. If doubt whispers, remember that I am guiding you toward a life that fits the shape of your own soul. You are entering a season that may feel unfamiliar yet remarkably aligned with who you are becoming. Elements that once lay quiet inside you will start to surface. The change might surprise you, but it follows a natural rhythm. Welcome this shift. It invites fuller living and clearer expression of your honest self. This movement leads to sharper insight and deeper engagement with your journey. Think of it as turning a page in a familiar story and discovering a chapter that both surprises and fits. Let curiosity join courage, and allow patience to walk beside action so each fresh aspect can settle without strain. This reassurance reaches you because your heart remains open. You choose to listen, to seek direction, to remain receptive to subtle nudges. That willingness lets you notice deeper currents and move with them instead of against them. Many ignore such gentle signals, but you have not. Therefore, these truths settle more deeply and guide your actions with steady confidence. Keep tending this receptivity. It is a vital link between us. Keep listening in silent spaces and busy places alike. Create brief pauses. Close your eyes, breathe, place a hand over your heart, and you will strengthen the inner path that leads back to awareness. Take this to heart. You are unlike anyone else. The moments you sensed you did not fit the standard track were not failures. They were signs of your distinct wiring. You were shaped with particular traits and a perspective that brings something fresh to the world. This difference is meant not for isolation, but for contribution that only you can offer. Treat it not as a flaw, but as the very source of your purpose. Your distinction is intended to add depth to the wider landscape, not to push you away from it. Your inner life is spacious. Growth, wider understanding, and deeper compassion are natural for you. You carry the capacity to move beyond present limits and explore new ideas and feelings. This is not about status. It is the organic unfolding of your spirit. Grant yourself room to expand. Avoid cramped definitions and small expectations. Let yourself reach toward all you are meant to embody. Explore concepts that once felt distant, connect with people outside your regular circle, and attempt tasks that stretch your skills. Each venture beyond the familiar enlarges both your mind and your heart. Your specific gifts are not intended to remain hidden. There is purpose in allowing your genuine self to be seen. This is not about chasing praise, but about offering honest presence. When you live from that place, you naturally influence others in meaningful ways. The lightness that flows from authenticity can brighten difficult corners and guide those around you. When you reveal the true contours of your mind and heart, you grant others permission to do the same. Authenticity spreads reassurance. It says, "Realness is welcome here." As you settle into your true center, your way of living will quietly point others toward what is good and uplifting. You do not need grand speeches or forceful arguments. Simple kindness, steady patience, honest integrity, and your particular viewpoint carry deep effect. In everyday interactions, how you act when no one notices, how you carry hard tasks, people may catch a glimpse of something larger that encourages their own search. Your life itself can speak. Let your integrity function as a calm invitation. Over time, consistent character forms a steady light that others can recognize and trust. They will remember how they felt in your presence long after words fade. Remember that the goodness moving through you does not originate with you alone. Keep a humble posture, knowing that true strength flows from a source beyond your individual self. This humility keeps you receptive and allows even more positive influence to move outward. Far from shrinking you, it ties you more deeply to what sustains life, clears your path, and keeps your purpose honest. I value a heart that stays open and sincere. Stay teachable. A willing mind keeps growing by admitting there is more to learn. Insight will often arrive through unexpected voices and ordinary moments, guarding you from the tightness that pride brings. The moment has come for wider expression. You are invited to move past former limits, whether set by others or by your own caution, and step into fresh areas of experience and contribution. This is not a heavy demand, but a gentle internal push toward living more fully, sharing more freely, and being the unique individual you already are. Listen to that quiet impulse. It aims to bring your potential into clear daylight. Allow your imagination to picture possibilities that once felt unreachable. Visualizing may not erase every challenge, yet it prepares you to notice opportunity when it arrives softly instead of loudly. This growth will appear in tangible ways. It might involve relocating, exploring different ways to share your insight, or forming new relationships that challenge and enrich you. Stay open. When your inner guidance points toward unfamiliar ground, step forward without fear. These outward changes are simply avenues for your expansive spirit to act. A change of scenery can widen perspective, and novel tasks can reveal hidden skills. Even small shifts, rearranging your space, adopting fresh routines, giving time to a cause, can unlock opportunity. Adaptation is less about abandoning what is essential, and more about discovering wider ground on which your genuine self can walk. As you follow this direction, the right people will cross your path. They will resonate with your journey, offer support, and create mutual exchange. You need not force these meetings. Alignment naturally attracts the companions meant for this stretch of the road. Such connections will encourage you, add perspective, and broaden what you can achieve together. You will know them by the ease of honest conversation and the shared desire to build something good. They will never ask you to shrink or pretend, but will challenge you gently, celebrate your progress openly, and remind you of truth when doubt obscures your view. I have been getting you ready through every experience. Dreams, quiet stirrings, and timely ideas were gentle indicators of what is now arriving. The season for hesitation is ending. Move ahead with steady trust. Let neither worry nor doubt hold you back from the opportunities before you. Step forward knowing you are guided and equipped for the days ahead. Courage will feel like calm breath, not loud display. And trust may simply be taking the next clear step without demanding full certainty. That is enough. With each small move, confidence will gather until you possess a record of success to encourage you in future challenges. Be confident that this path of genuine expression will produce good results. Efforts made with sincere intent and in line with my guidance will benefit you and others. Large growth often unfolds slowly, and lasting contributions are built step by step. Do not lose heart if progress seems gradual. Keep taking steady actions that match your inner knowledge. Stay connected to me and anchored in care and truth. Progress resembles the growth of a strong tree. Daily movement may be invisible, yet roots deepen and branches widen across seasons. Continue nurturing the process, believing that visible fruit will follow at the right time. You will arrive where you are meant to be. Timing may differ from your plans, yet steadfast commitment to growth and to following my lead will guide you to the true destination. Trust the process and my unwavering support. You are never alone. I walk beside you, offer comfort in difficulty, and celebrate each genuine attempt. Rest in this certainty and move forward with a light heart, knowing you are deeply loved. My promise holds. Celebrate small milestones as they appear. Each one confirms that steady perseverance carries genuine power and keeps expectation alive. Remember that unexpected turns often supply insight you will need later, so treat them as hidden tutors rather than obstacles on the path. Now hear this. Your tears did not erase your purpose. They showed your depth. You wept, yet still reached toward me. You cracked, yet stood. You questioned, yet kept trusting. I honor that honesty. That is what I am using and raising up. Tears are not evidence of weakness. They reveal capacity for connection and care. They mean your heart stays responsive to reality. Authentic emotion is a sign of life, and I preserve and elevate those who remain truthful in the middle of turmoil. Your endurance in the midst of tears forms testimony stronger than unbroken applause, proving that love holds firm during raw moments when many choose retreat. Let me say it plainly. You are not weak, nor beyond repair, nor an object of pity. I trust you because amid confusion you approached me with raw pain rather than hiding behind performance. I prefer the real you over any polished version you thought necessary. You are stronger than the labels you once carried. Worth is not scored by being unbroken. It is revealed by the decision to rise again. Showing up with honest imperfection invites others to breathe easier and adopt courage themselves. Instead of concealing scars, let them serve as signposts pointing to courage recovered after hardship and to hope that refuses to quit. I am reshaping how you view yourself, no longer through filters of pain, duty, or public opinion, but through steady belonging. You are not defined by spaces that overlooked you, by shaky words, or by seasons of invisibility. You are defined by me. I call you whole, secure, known, chosen, and free. Allow this truth to frame every conversation and decision. When misunderstanding arises, return to this center. When circumstances shift, hold fast here. Security born of belonging ends the restless search for constant approval. Choose each day to respond from this place of settled worth, and you will notice anxiety losing its grip. From now on, you need not apologize for how you were made. Do not silence your discernment for the comfort of others. Do not hide your soft spirit just to survive. Traits that once left you exposed will now carry authority. Qualities that once made you question your worth will now stand as strengths. You were formed in love, not in lack. Therefore, lift your head, let strain fall away, drop any mask, and stop striving to earn approval. Simply be the genuine, thoughtful, steady presence you are. That is what I am highlighting and inviting into the open. Let the real substance of your life take the lead. You are not the leftover self that pain tried to freeze in place. You are the one I have carried forward. Now that your heart is anchored in truth, I want to share rhythms that will protect this solid ground. The wholeness taking shape in you is meant to last. It is not a brief touch, but a renewed way of walking. To live as your steady, seen, integrated self, guard the climate around you. Atmosphere includes the conversations you allow, the sounds you invite, and the pace you keep. Shape these choices with care so they nourish you. Leave room for silence, honest laughter, and measured rest, because these elements keep the air around your life breathable. Walk with me each day, not only during moments of strong emotion, but through the small, sacred choices that fill ordinary hours. Start with your mornings. Offer those first quiet moments before the noise arrives. Let me be your first awareness. Sit with me, even if you feel tired. Plain honesty is enough. I will meet you there and steady your spirit before pressure tries to take its place. That space you create need not be perfect, just open. Over time, these simple dawn pauses will thread calm through even the busiest schedule, proving that presence comes before productivity. Even 5 deliberate breaths before the day accelerates can anchor you better than an hour of hurried planning. Open the writings that carry my wisdom, not to master them, but to let them reach you. Allow them to read you. Do not hurry for the sake of achievement. If a single sentence stirs something, linger there. Ask me what it means. Ask what I wish to say. Let these words become a safe place, a conversation, a mirror, a map. Over time, they will rewrite the stories pain once told. The insight drawn in stillness will travel with you into speech, decisions, and rest, quietly shaping your life. Speak with me throughout the day. I do not wish to be limited to one gathering. I want to join you in your thinking, decisions, and questions. Invite me into stress, silence, or planning. Whisper my name when you feel stretched. Ask how to respond before words leave your mouth. Prayer need not perform. It simply draws on presence. When you live aware of me, calm surrounds your life. Redirect your thoughts with a single deliberate breath. That breath becomes a doorway you can open in any setting, returning you to steady awareness. Let that doorway stay open. Worship when music is loud and when the day is heavy. Let your voice rise even if you repeat the same words. Sing them until they settle as reality inside you. Worship until shame loosens, until clarity returns, until calm is restored. You do not need a crowd, you need connection. I meet you every time. Fast when I prompt you, not as empty routine, but as a way to regain focus. Sometimes I will ask you to quiet a habit or desire, not because it is wrong, but because it is loud and I want you to hear more clearly. Fasting softens the heart and sharpens insight. When the invitation comes, accept it. There is always something ready to be revealed when you release what no longer needs to occupy space. Silence speaks loudly in those hours, guiding you in finer detail once the usual noise falls away. Guard your environment. You are resilient, yet your tenderness is part of your strength. Pay attention to what feeds your spirit. Not everything that entertains is good for you. Choose things that nurture calm and clarity. Give yourself quiet when needed. In doing so, you protect the steady life we are building together. Select conversations, people, and places that replenish rather than exhaust. Rest is necessary fuel, not a luxury. Step back from influences that numb or inflame. Some discussions are not meant for you. Notice what calms you and what stirs unease. That tension is my way of showing you how to sort through voices, not to condemn, but to protect the quiet core inside you. When something keeps disturbing your peace, bring it to me. I will make clear what to release and what can remain. Choose companions who lift your outlook, respect your gentleness, and never ask you to perform. You do not need a crowd, you need harmony. I will point out fellow travelers moving the same way. Their words will affirm what I have already spoken, not muddy the progress. You are not required to isolate yourself to guard what has grown, but you must stay alert. Connection does not always mean commitment. Let me arrange your circle. Write down what you hear from me. Keep a simple way to catch the quiet nudges, the phrases, the signals. They are not stray notions. They are markers along the road. When feelings blur your view, you can reread them and recall, this is what my Maker told me. This is what is forming in me. And breathe. Stay close. Let me remind you again, you are mending, you are supported, and each day adds another layer of wholeness. This is not a single flash of repair. It is an ongoing unfolding. As you keep step with me, you will never need to hide parts of yourself to feel accepted or useful. I am tending the genuine you, and that is the version that will carry my quiet light. Now listen carefully. The change has already started, not because of outward signals alone, but because your inner life has found its balance. You are no longer barely coping as a shadow that no one noticed. You are rising as the self I have always seen. Therefore, change is not ahead, it is underway. The quiet work you allowed in private will soon appear in plain view, clear to you, to others, even to the part of you that doubts good things can last. This is more than an emotional release. It is growth that lifts your whole being. Ease will replace confusion. My voice will stand out from the background noise, and those who misread your stillness will recognize the depth that has been forming. You are not going back to the person you were before the ache. You are becoming the one I saw beyond it. This self moves in health, not hiding. Watch how spaces feel different. Rooms that once seemed overwhelming will feel right-sized. Your words will draw attention, not through volume, but through steady weight. I am placing regard on the honest you, the one who faced quiet grief and stayed open. That is who I am sending forward. A turnaround is coming, not only inside but out. Respect will appear where misunderstanding once lived. Places that drained you will stop drawing on your energy. I am positioning your name for purpose, not applause. People who hold access will remember you. Doors you assumed were sealed will swing back. Resources will arrive from directions you did not anticipate, and this time they will come toward you without effort on your part. Some connections frayed by silence will return with fresh insight. I will mend not just you, but also the stories that tried to label you during the breaking. Where renewal is not possible, release will follow, and it will come quietly. What I lift, I also guard. No one will be able to claim credit for the rise of your voice, the clarity of your role, or the steadiness of your presence. All will point to simple grace at work. You will notice momentum. Changes that once needed years will unfold in weeks. Decisions will form without strain because peace will guide them. Discernment will be sharp, and confidence will remain quiet yet firm. This is not pride. It is the outcome of full healing. A grounded assurance that rests on presence, not performance. I am even renewing lost time. Seasons you thought were wasted are being folded into new fruit. Hidden tears, long nights, silent endurance. None of it was missed. Each moment has been gathered, and now something good will rise from what looked like ruin. The trade will be visible. Beauty instead of ashes, joy instead of heaviness, gratitude instead of weariness. There will be clear evidence. Ready yourself for favor that does more than open opportunities. It will ripple across lines of family and community, confirming, restoring, multiplying. I am not reshaping you only for your own sake. Others who think they must stay damaged to contribute will see your life and reconsider. Pain is not the final author. Restoration of the person behind the pain is. Understand this. You are no longer the version who broke in silence. You are whole, free, and seen. From this place I will send you. What I set in motion cannot be reversed, shaken, or shut. Now the authentic you steps into the open, carrying strength formed in quiet places. Now that calm is overtaking panic and steadiness is replacing strain, I invite you deeper, not into frantic action, but into abiding. I do not only want to guide your healing, I want to dwell within the space it has created. My nearness seeks full access to the parts that are open again. So let me settle in completely. My presence is not a guest, not a passing emotion. I am the steady guide and comfort you need. I am not watching from afar. I live within, ready to speak in the middle of ordinary moments. I am not limited to crisis. I am the daily source that steadies thoughts, clears mind, and fills life with quiet strength. Come into that space now, not for a burst of inspiration, but for closeness. Let the honest, still tender you sit with me. You do not need to prepare, earn, or phrase anything perfectly. Be still. Be present. That is enough. Then you will sense me not as a concept, but as real nearness, the companionship your heart has longed for. I want to renew your sensitivity, not just emotional but spiritual. Feel my nudges, pause at my whisper, follow without delay. Grow so familiar with my tone that you no longer need outside proof to trust it. Learn to move by awareness, not of pressure, but of presence. The more you remain here, the more you will know when I speak, because you will feel your inner life line up with mine. True change is not about pushing harder, but yielding deeper. Let me walk through every room of your inner house, the lingering fears, the quick reactions, the quiet lies. You do not have to fix them, simply hand them over. Light, truth, and freedom will follow. You will no longer carry those shadows into the new places I am leading you. You will move with clarity and peace. You will notice the difference, thoughts clearer, emotions steadier, choices guided from within. When old reflexes try to return, you will choose my rhythm instead. That is transformation, not perfection or constant strain, but a steady life that carries peace and shares it. Let my presence shape your schedule, adjust your limits, correct your pace. Stay open. Growth is shared work, not control. From this communion flows real joy, peace that settles and strength that stands. The only moment you can truly touch is the one you are holding right now. When you brush aside my gentle tug and treat it as background noise, you may follow a road that looks fine in the daylight, yet ends far from the life you really desire. Many travel that wide route without noticing. They tell themselves there is plenty of time. They chase the temporary glow of comfort, distraction, and applause, assuming depth will come later. Yet time in your present frame is thin and easily torn. Once a moment slips through, it cannot be retrieved. Eternity, although beyond what you see, waits for every life. I speak these words with steady concern. If you continually walk away from the whisper that calls you toward what is true, a gap will open between you and the source of the life you seek. The choice is yours, and I will not force it. Still, I ask you to feel the weight of this invitation. Delay is a quiet thief. It whispers that tomorrow will look just like today, that insight and strength will always be available when you feel ready. Yet tomorrow carries its own shape, and readiness rarely visits the one who keeps postponing. Seek me while the door is within reach. Speak while the line is clear. Do not wait for another speech, another crisis, another shock to startle you awake. The soft nudge you notice right now is the direct and personal invitation you asked for. Ignoring it resembles walking toward a high edge with closed eyes. Each step feels ordinary until the ground is suddenly gone. Ancient wisdom says there is a way that seems right, yet its end brings loss. Today is the day to choose differently. What does that look like in ordinary life? Start with honest inspection. Ask me to search your motives, highlight the tension, and bring hidden anxieties into daylight. Be willing to face the corners where you drifted, where compromise slipped in, where the impulse toward good grew dull. Second, turn completely. Turning is more than saying you are sorry. It is a deliberate change of heading. Let the hurtful patterns go. Let better choices take their place. Humility opens the way for refreshment. Third, keep your inner life clear. Live at peace when possible and pursue integrity with intention. Inner clarity supports outer action. Fourth, share what you discover. If you notice someone moving toward danger, speak with care. Their response is theirs, yet silence would leave them uninformed. Anchor your hope in what lasts. Storms will come, but hope rooted in truth holds fast. I put before you a genuine choice, a path that leads toward fuller life and another that curves away. Blessing and loss both begin in choices you make today. Choose life so that future generations benefit from your decision. This appeal is not a riddle, it is plain, direct, and right on time. Refusing it does not injure me. Rather, it dims your own light. My door stays open, yet doors can be missed by people who walk past while looking elsewhere. Every heartbeat you feel is an unearned gift and a subtle reminder that time moves. You might ask, what does alignment look like when the day is filled with duties? It looks like remembering me in the small choices, the tone you use when tension rises, the honesty in your answers, the compassion in unexpected interruptions. It looks like pausing to notice why a certain story excites or unsettles you. It looks like choosing rest over endless achievement when your body flashes warning signals. Large changes grow from these small turns. Alignment is an inner yes that shapes outer action. I do not underestimate your daily pressures. I simply show you how to walk through them awake. Some assume that following inner wisdom will shrink life, will strip away color and adventure. The opposite is true. When you walk in step with what is good, your range widens. You notice details because hurry no longer dulls your senses. You invest in relationships because you are not guarding a secret conflict inside. You explore ideas without fear because truth invites honest questions. You feel quiet delight even in ordinary places because you are present enough to see their richness. At the same time, clarity simplifies your path. You waste less energy on explaining and defending. You spend more on living and giving. As you keep choosing life, some people will welcome the change and others may find it unfamiliar. Let kindness guide every response. You do not need to force agreement. Simply live the freedom you have found. Consistency speaks louder than argument. And remember, your journey is not measured against another person's. Growth unfolds at a pace woven for you. Celebrate progress without comparing chapters. Expect resistance, both inside and around you. Old habits will try to reclaim their room, cultural. Currents may label integrity as naive. Remember that pressure is not proof you are off course. Often it is proof that change is real. Breathe. Revisit the reasons you chose life and keep moving. Courage does not float on constant ease. It walks through mixed terrain with a steady gaze. Moments will come when you slip, speak sharply, or drift into distraction. Do not let failure harden into shame. Bring the mistake into the light quickly. Learn from it and release it. I do not require flawless steps. I ask for honest return. Over time, you will notice recovery becoming quicker and shame losing its grip. Stay curious as you walk. Curiosity keeps your ears open and your heart soft. Ask, what can I learn here? How might this difficulty shape empathy? Which desire underlies this temptation? Curiosity turns even setbacks into classrooms. It replaces fearful avoidance with humble discovery. Remember to rest. Rest is not a luxury. It is essential practice. When you rest, you admit you are more than what you produce. You honor the cycle of energy and renewal wired into creation. In rest, you often hear the quiet layers of my guidance that noise once drowned. Guard that space as seriously as you guard any appointment. Share hope in ways that fit your voice. Some will write, some will speak, some will model steady presence that invites questions. Hope does not always need to shout loud. Often it needs a story lived with integrity. When you explain the source of your peace, use plain words. Let listeners feel respected, not cornered. Trust their freedom as I trust yours. Generosity will become natural as life flows through you. Give time, attention, resources, and encouragement without hidden motives. It also reminds you that everything you manage is ultimately entrusted, not owned. Humility will keep you balanced. Humility is not self-diminishing. It is honest assessment of both strength and need. It celebrates the skills of others without envy and admits its own limits without despair. Humility creates an atmosphere where genuine collaboration can grow. It keeps the journey human and warm. Gratitude will strengthen resilience. Start and end each day noting something good, a solved problem, a shared laugh, a moment of calm, a breeze across your face. Gratitude shifts attention from what is missing to what is present. It does not ignore pain. It refuses to let pain narrate the whole story. Integrity will protect you when no one is watching. Decide now what lines you will not cross, what truth you will not bend, and what values guide your choices. These decisions made in calm moments will hold you when storm winds rise. They will also draw trustworthy people into your life because integrity recognizes its own. Learning will keep you agile. Stay open to new ideas, new skills, new perspectives. Read widely. Listen deeply. Ask questions. Growth often arrives disguised as unfamiliar terrain. Do not fear it. Explore it with discernment. Joy will refresh your strength. Celebrate small victories. Laugh often. Enjoy beauty without needing to own it. Joy is fuel, not frivolity. It breaks heaviness and reminds you that life is more than tasks. Courage will mark turning points. Courage is not the absence of fear, but moving forward while fear explains its case. Courage does not always roar. Sometimes it is a single choice to try again, to speak truth in a gentle tone, to stand beside someone overlooked. Courage awakens courage. Wisdom will keep your courage directed. Wisdom asks, not only can I do this, but should I do this? It weighs timing, motive, and consequence. Wisdom listens for the quieter voice beneath noise and fad. Seek wisdom, and it will guard both you and those you influence. Love will frame every other virtue. Real love acts for the good of another, even when feelings are frayed. It respects freedom. It tells truth. It bears cost. When you choose love, you align most clearly with my heart, because love is my native language. All these currents meet in one wide river of life with me. Step into it today. The current is strong enough to carry you, yet gentle enough that you can breathe. Do not worry about mapping the entire route before entering. Take the step in front of you. I already lead the way. As this journey unfolds, keep your ears tuned to fresh guidance. Directions may adjust as seasons change. Stay flexible. Plans are tools, not masters. When a door closes, pause and ask what lesson stands there. When another opens, walk through with measured optimism. Opportunity and responsibility travel together. Remember, I am for you, not against you. I do not tally failures to shame you. nor do I flatter success to trap you. I walk beside you with pace. My aim is that you become fully alive, clear in thought, rooted in purpose, generous in spirit, and at peace within your skin. So choose, right here, right now, not out of panic, but out of clear resolve. Choose life that grows, vision that lasts, relationships that build, work that matters, rest that renews, and hope that endures. Let today's choice mark a new trajectory. When you lay your head down tonight, let the quiet within bear witness that you turned toward what is good. Tomorrow will bring its own questions, but you will face them as someone who decided to live awake. I am waiting, but not from a distance. I stand beside the very path you will take, ready to walk it with you. Reach out, even with uncertain words. I have never required eloquence, only honesty. The next step is enough. The door is open. Walk through it now. Amen.